Hey there, Laura again. Oh my goodness, we are moving right along. It is day 4. So day 4 means it's skirt time, and skirt time is fun time. I'm ready to put the skirt together and attach it to our bodice. Let's get that thing done. It's time to work on our skirt or our peplum. But the first thing we need to do is we need to contend with our pocket situation. Now I want to put pockets on this dress, so I'm skipping to the pocket section. So it has, in the tutorial, there is a chart for pocket placement. Otherwise, if you were like me, you cut out those notches so you don't even have to worry about that. So that's pretty awesome. So what we need to do is we need to place our pocket on the skirt front, our pocket on the skirt front, there you go, right sides together, lining up the pocket markings. We're gonna sew the pocket to the skirt with a straight stitch or a serger. So you're just placing the pockets on both sides of one panel, and then you're placing the pocket on both sides of the other panel, and then you're sewing with a straight stitch or a serger the pockets to those panels. So you're doing that on both the front and the back pieces. All right, now you're gonna pull the pocket away from the skirt and fold it toward the wrong side. You're gonna sew the pocket to the skirt with a straight stitch and repeat it on the other sides on the front and back skirt pieces. If what I'm saying is a little confusing, because I actually forgot to do this step, check out the tutorial. It tells you exactly what to do. Once you've done that, you're gonna place your skirt front right sides together with your skirt back. You're gonna pin the sides and the pockets together and go ahead and sew down those side seams to the pocket marking, and then pivot around the pocket and sew around the pocket, and pivot back at the skirt and sew down the side seam of the skirt. You're going to use a straight stitch or a serger, and you're going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, it's time to gather our skirt. We are going to run 2 long gathering stitches around our skirt. Now, in the tutorial, she does it one side at a time. So she'll do the front side, the front panel, separate from the back panel. As you can see, I don't do it that way. I just think everybody has their different ways of doing things. I prefer to do it all the way around. So you can choose your favorite way of doing that. But either way, you've got to run 2 long gathering stitches across or around the entire top of the skirt. One line of stitching should be at an 1/8 of an inch, seam allowance, and the other should be at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So now that I have stitched my 2 lines of gathering, 2 gathering lines, whatever I'm trying to say, I'm a little flustered. I'm just having technical difficulties, and there was a wasp in here. So It just, everything feels a little interesting. I'm gonna do just what I did with the sleeve, and I'm gonna gather this. Now I need my bodice because it has to meet the bodice. And so I want it's gotta fit this opening, right? I'm just about there, so I'm going to do this just a little bit more. Let's see what we got here. Okay, and I can fix the side seam situation. I think we're perfect. All right, now I want to tie this off because I need some stability here so I can rearrange these gathers a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this wrong side out, and then I'm going to put the bodice inside. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. Pull my bodice in, match up my side seams and my center points. All right, now I'm going to take this to my serger, and I'm going to serge all the way around this opening to connect my skirt to my bodice. Something I wanted to mention, that if you're making the women's version, you might, or even one of these versions, you might need clear elastic at your waistline. It's totally okay. Sometimes you just need more support. I did that in the one that I made for myself, added clear elastic. I'm not adding clear elastic to this one, obviously. So what I'm gonna do, I have a sewing school video that talks about how to attach clear elastic. So I will link that into the description box below, as well as the blog post. If I happen to forget, somebody yell at me and make sure I remember to add that in for you guys. Now the first thing I want to do is, you can see some of my gathering stitches, and I want to get rid of those. What we want to do is we want to press our seam allowance up. All right, you could do it from the right side or the wrong side, it doesn't matter. You just, if you do it from the right side, just gotta feel it. This one naturally wants to go up, so that's a bonus. Okay, now if you are just hemming your top or your dress, this is where you stop and you come back tomorrow for day 5, where we will hem it. If you are doing a ruffle or you are doing a band, continue on for today. I'm going to cover those things right now. All right, so I'm not doing a band, I'm doing a ruffle. So if you're doing a band, it's just the same as you would any other type of band. So I'll put a video in the description box and in the blog post for attaching a band. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the ruffle. So what we need to do first is we need to find the center of each ruffle edge, like the short edge, or the short edge. We need to find the center of the ruffle. What am I saying? Okay, so they're already folded in half. So I'm just gonna mark the center. Okay, and this will be the top. We're calling this the top of our ruffle. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to open these up. This one will be right side up. And where the marking is, we're calling the top. Doesn't really matter at this point, but you know. Now let's take the other one. We're going to put it wrong side down so they are right sides together, matching up that center mark. That isn't really important at the moment, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up these short edges, and then I'm gonna run to my serger, and I'm going to serge down both of the short edges. Okay, so this one, and then we're gonna have one giant tube, and guess what we're doing again? We're gathering, yay! So, yes, that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to sew those short ends together. I'll be right back. Now what I'm going to do, this is literally exactly like the ruffle sleeve, exactly, just in a much longer form. We're going to hem this, okay? I just need to double check that I'm looking at the correct information, or that I know the correct thing. As far as our, all right, so yes, it's exactly the same. You can fold up 1/4 of an inch or another 1/4 of an inch, okay? Or you can just fold up 1/2 inch and call it a day. So that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm off to my cover stitch machine to sew the hem. Okay, so I'm all hemmed. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to gather it. You know the how we do this. It's exactly the same as what we just did. We're going to put some gathering stitches on the top edge of our ruffle, and then we're gonna gather. Now what I'm going to do here is I am going to, just to show you how to do this, I'm going to mark the center front and the center back of the bottom of the skirt to give us something to, just a guide. It's just helpful. And so you can choose how you would like to do it, depending on what your needs are. Okay, here we are. All right, so that we have that, and I've already marked the center of the front and the back of this enormous monstrosity here. But it's gonna be beautiful. I'm very excited. I'm sure, I imagine it's gonna be really cute. All right, so I've already stitched, done my stitch line, or my gathering line situation. And now I'm going to gather. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip this wrong side, whoopsies, wrong side out. Okay, I'm just gonna flip it like this. Just like that. And I'm gonna bring the skirt to the inside of it, okay? And I'm gonna match those side seams. Or you're gonna match your center points, you know. It's up to you how you wanna do it. Now I'm going to grab either side here. I'm just going to do this, reach in and pull, and just line up those raw edges, okay? They should line up perfectly now. Add all the clips that you think you might need. I'm gonna add a few more too. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna head over to my serger. You can use your sewing machine as well. And I'm gonna stitch this, attach this to the skirt itself. Let's see what we've got here. Oh my goodness. Look at how sweet this is. Isn't that cute? Ooh, 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 I love it. Now I'm gonna get my pressing mat and I'm gonna press the seam allowance. Double check the tutorial. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to press it up, but I wanna make sure that I'm not doing it wrong. Yep, I'm gonna press this up. And again, I think it's naturally wanting to go up anyway, so it's an easy press. Yeah. Oops. All right. This is super cute. Once you're done pressing, you can top stitch. And this one's actually done because you've already done the hemming and stuff on the ruffle itself. So you don't have anything else to do. So this could be your final one. And if you're done with this and you're not doing the day 5, make sure you post this for day 4's progress, so you can be entered to win that gift card, and then post it again for day 5. I hope that makes sense, because I definitely want you to be in on the giveaway, the big giveaway from Stone Mountain and Daughter. All right, so I've got some threads showing here that I didn't see at first, but I'm gonna try to take care of them pretty quickly without the seam ripper if I can, that would be really great. All right, so there we go. Look how sweet this dress is. Ugh. Now, you could easily, color block this, do something different for the sleeve, something different for the band, something different for the ruffle. But there's something about this all-in-one kind of floral I just think is gorgeous. All right, so we are done with day 4. Day 5, we're finishing this whole thing up, which is awesome. We'll be hemming the skirt or the peplum, and we will be hemming sleeves if we need to. So that's tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow for day 5.